Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Nono, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to think of complete ideas to help with your idea generation, to write an essay, and at the same time, avoiding common mistakes that involve using filler words that are also extra words, such as really, very, and literally. You may or may not mean to add these words to add more meaning to your message, but in the opposite scenario, it actually causes your meaning to be weak. So let's take a look at how to avoid doing that. So let's look at writing stronger ideas. So I have written down 4 of the most used filler words, which are really, very, literally, and things or stuff. So, what are filler words actually? Those are the ones that you add in either consciously or unconsciously to your sentences, especially when you're speaking. You do that because you want to buy yourself more time in live conversations, and this habit might also show in writing. That's the case in many common mistakes in writing. So those are extra words, no meaning at all, very empty, especially in writing. Let's take a look at some bad examples. So with that in mind, here are the 3 examples. Please feel free to pause the video right here if you need to. So these are the sentences with filler words, which add absolutely nothing to the message's meaning. So in the first 2 examples, we see really and literally underlined. So in the first example, it says this is really important for your improvement. Now imagine someone said that to you, and it would feel like every other person saying that to you. It doesn't feel any different. Why? Because it feels like every generic sentence that we hear all the time around us. So in the second one, we can also see I literally died laughing. Well, according to the meaning of literally, which is it means something directly as it is being mentioned. So in this case, the person could have had a medical emergency or a life-threatening situation after laughing. So, well, that's not the case because the person is right there living to tell the tale. And we have the final example, which is the teacher gave us things to review for the exams. Well, what things actually? We need more specification. We need to be more specific. Are those exercises, lectures, summaries? What are you talking about? What main point do you want to mention by saying things? Now, as I say this, it opens up for some possible questions from the readers. That shouldn't really be the case in your essay. So here are some solutions that are making the first page a little bit better. So the good examples. This is essential for your improvement. It's going to sound a little different, a little unique. So it adds a little more meaning to it. It's not anything special. It's a very easy trick that you got to do in your sentences, especially in essays, because you replaced the overused word, which was really in the first page, in the previous page, with something else that still has its meaning, essential. So essential is not very used many times in our day-to-day lives, but it's a lot less used than really and very. And as for number 2, you're actually using the meaning of literally without saying it. It's very simple now. Example 3, like I mentioned earlier, what did the teacher give the students? Notes. Very specific and exact. Now, this sentence has a purpose and a direction. Now, the examples that I presented earlier are the ones that require thinking prior to writing them. You need to choose your vocabulary and know how to use them to make your message powerful. So, having said that, I would like to conclude the message here with the 3 ideas right here on the screen. As always, please feel free to pause if you feel like you need it. So, idea 1, what main point do you want to make? So, referring back to my example, which was the teacher gave us notes to review for the exam. You're talking about the notes, not anything else that could be, like exercises, homework, essays, maybe other projects, etc. So, idea number 2, it says keep it simple. Your ideas don't really need specific words, they don't really have fancy vocabulary to introduce themselves to you. So you can use the vocabulary range that you already have or the words that you already know to write down your ideas. Start wherever you are and work your way up only then. It's very important to get started. So, idea number 3, avoid using filler words or overuse words, just like the ones I showed you earlier. These stop you from using your vocabulary and finding what's wrong with them and the areas that you need to improve. That's not very helpful for you to improve your vocabulary and writing. And that is it for today's video. I really hope that you learned something useful. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching.